to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Lively. Now here's Mitchell. Knocks down the triple.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter.
He's showing us the handles a little bit right there, all the way to the rack.
And with the statement finish, too. Don't know how you stop that, man.
You don't? I mean, as a defender, you got to just stash that one in the memory bank and make sure it doesn't burn you the next time.
And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. .52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Durant.
Well, that's the kind of pressure Durant puts on the defense. I mean, you just can't sit back and let him do what he wants to. Body up on him, even if you may risk a foul.
Both shots good from the strike.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Puts up a three. And again, Boston with the triples. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Reed picking him up. Durant for 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Pass to Reed. Oh, Durant with a steal. He's all alone. And it's slammed in by Durant.
You know, he shows off the awareness and agility, not only at the start of the play there, but Durant showing you he can finish the play, too.
Here's Bailey. Off the mark there with a 3. There's the horn, and it's a close game at the end of 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Johnson. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
The moment that Joe Johnson steps on the court, he's got one thought. Buckets.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Both good from the line that time. Boston on offense. Trailing by 2. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Oh my! Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
3 shots.
And he nails the 3rd. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. Johnson on the wing. 5 on the clock. For 3. Boston pulls it in. For 3, George gets the 3 to fall. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And sometimes with George, it doesn't really matter where he's squaring up from. If he's in rhythm, even from distance, you've got to get a hand in his face, or he'll drain it.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And a slam dunk by Lively.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches a 3. George's shot is off.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
For three, Durant. At the arc. KD drains it.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And Boston calls time here. Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. A chance to get a quick injury report.
Thanks, I caught up with the...
Oh, Donovan Mitchell! He's got springs in those legs!
Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
Here's Mitchell. Rejected by Mitchell. Into the lane. And Mitchell with the slam.
Whoa, slamming it home on the taller defender. What swag.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
And Atlanta with possession here. Following the bucket by Boston. To the wing, right side. Pass to Ellison. Clock at 4. On the wing, Mitchell. And the ball's out of bounds. It was last touched by Anthony. And we've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Blocked! And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Boston trails by 3. And Anthony slams it in.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Pass to Mitchell. Back to Lively. And they're running. Pulls up for 3. From outside, Mitchell is good.
Yeah, this is why defenses must be right up on Mitchell or he'll burn you off the pass.
Here's Wagner. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question, they're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Drains the jumper to finish off the break.
You like to see that from Wagner. I mean, as he continues to develop his mid-range game, I think we'll see more and more of that.
Here's Yao. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Pass to Mitchell. Wagner for 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Wilkins. From deep. Rebounded by Keenan.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Boston on offense. Here's Bailey. Lively grabs a miss. Here's Ellison. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Ivy. Lets the 3 fly. Boston pulls it in. Here's Bailey. Again, the miss by Boston. Ivy with the ball. And it's Reed picking him up. Lively with it. Back to Ivy. Oh, my goodness!
Disrespectful.
Oh, out of this world reverse jam. Nice.
Unbelievable. Ivy living that life above the rim.
And Boston calls time here. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Outside Irving. Pass to Thurman. Outside for Irving. To the left side wing. Clock at 6. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. And here's Ivy.
And Ivy has no fear when it comes to getting inside. He's got a strong frame and doesn't mind taking contact when he has to.
Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. Free throw good, Ivy. And both free throws good for Ivy. Boston trails by 4. Here's Mitchell. There's the drive. For 3, George knocks down the long J. George has got 6.
Nice rhythm to that play right there, and George was ready to fire.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Minutes gone in this third quarter now. And it's Ivy penetrating. Paul George pulls it in. With a bucket here, they can recapture the lead.
I like how they've hung in. Never let things get out of hand.
With the fadeaway. Yep, that one's good. Lopez has got his first basket.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
Pass to Keenan. Here's Adebayo. And out of bounds, Boston will have it.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands too.
Number 19, Willis Reed.
A minute 39 left in the third quarter. Back to Anthony. The 3 is up. The rebound by Atlanta.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
But think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Mitchell. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Jaden Ivey. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Wagner on the wing. Rejected by George.
George is versatile defensively, can guard in multiple positions, and that versatility allows him to block some shots too.
Puts up a deep 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Ivy with the ball. And Anthony picks him up defensively. And it's Wagner missing.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Nice find that time from Carmelo. We know he's a scorer, but that time did a good job finding the open teammate.
Adams a screen. From about 16. Hits the front of the rim and out. Anthony, right side. On the wing, Mitchell. And that one's on target from the wing. And now a 6-point Boston lead.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And so it's Boston leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Appearing in. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so it's Durant who brings up the ball for Atlanta. They trail by 6. And stolen by Anthony. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Lopez for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Poke loose. Boston leading by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Hits a three-pointer.
Coach likes that look. And Gilgeous-Alexander from the corner.
Pass to Durant. Shoots over Lopez. From deep, Johnson. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA from distance.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Lopez with it. And it's Lopez with the jam.
The big fella with the big finish. Lopez rocking that rim.
Count it.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And Boston calls time here. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. The head coach for Boston had some instruction for his guys during the break. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Screen by Lively. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Davis with a rebound.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and was maybe a step out of his range.
They get it back. On the wing, Davis. Here's Bird. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Atlanta trails by 9. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Lively. And a slam dunk by Lively.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
On the wing, Davis. Adebayo grabs the board. Pass to Lively. Boom! He jams it straight down.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
And that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Brook Lopez. Paul George.
A minute 6 left in the fourth quarter here. Fall. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, showing off the floor awareness right there. I love whenever Mitchell looks to share the wealth.
Irving for three. It's hauled in by Fall. Pass to Ivy.
Yes! Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes. Kyrie Irving has simply caught fire.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within two here.
And when you talk about Ivy, his explosiveness really stands out, especially when he's running the floor.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Here's Wilkins. Oh, he nails it!
It's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you gotta love that action.
Ivy with the ball. Irving picks him up.
You have to love Ivy's energy, playing his heart out right up until the very end.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Wilkins. Pass to Reed. And it's in.
And they do have a foul to give if needed.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Here's Mitchell. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game! And Boston calls time here. Here's Lopez. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Anthony outside. Back to Lopez. Anthony left side. George outside. To the paint. It's stolen by Lively. And here's the fast break. Here's Mitchell. Here's Adams. Outside for Mitchell. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Joe Johnson.
First free throw is good. And that gives him a lead. And so he drops them both. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Huge free throws right there. He's able to put them on top with those makes.
Pass to Yao. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Just horrible timing for this team. That mistake could spell disaster.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. Now Johnson. Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Off the inbound. Whoa! Kevin Durant. Nasty.
Now this is impressive. Durant showing you all of that creativity with that one.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Pass to Bailey. 4-3. Pure from three-point range.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Adebayo with it. Six on the shot clock. Oh, deflected. Now here's Mitchell. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Here's Wilkins. Pass to Thurman. He connects! And Atlanta with possession here. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Fall. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, off target!
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
Cool and collected, making him count under pressure.
And Boston calls time here. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
And Boston with some changes. Anthony right side. Pass to Yao. And Boston calls time here. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
Off the inbound. Mitchell. Can't cash it in.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
Down one, just enough time, I think, for a couple of passes and shots. We'll see what they do here.
Pass to Fall. It's good!
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Money!
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
So we see Boston get the win here. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.